Ladies and gentlemen, we made it to another Sunday for some more CWA Memphis on a Sunday night. Sunday, 6 Eastern. I made a little graphic down there. Appreciate everyone for coming in here, or if you're watching on the replay. We're going into March 18th and March 25th of 1989 with Jerry Lawler, Jeff Jarrett area. Lawler, of course, still the unified champion, WCCW champion, and the AWA champion. Of course, he didn't give back the belt for Shoot. He's got both of those titles. We are going to be doing our brother count with Bill Dundee. After last week's episode, I made a little video of 7 brothers in one promo.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
So we're going to be doing a brother count for old Mr. Bill Dundee tonight. I'm sure he'll be appearing multiple times. We'll see who else makes an appearance. Last week, we also had The Undertaker versus Fake Undertaker for the first time ever, at least to my knowledge, in 1989, before SummerSlam 94. Ricky Morton's still hanging out. Dutch Mantell, Scott Steiner, a lot of folks still hanging out here with us. But yeah, thanks everyone for coming in. I appreciate it. Let's get in and watch a little bit of wrestling. 2 episodes. Ready to go. Boom. Here we go. Hopefully the stream is looking good. $3.18. Working our way through this entire year. It's been pretty fun to watch so far. Undertaker going by the Master of Pain. He's with Dutch Mantell right now.
All right, hello again, everybody. I'm Dave.
Hey, Jay Money, thanks for coming in. Appreciate
it. Day of championship wrestling action. We got action for you today, too. Jeff Jarrett is going to be in here just a little bit later on in a single match. We will have Dutch Mantell coming up a bit later on. Also, the Japanese team, Shogun Masamune and
thanks for coming in here.
Shinji. And P.Y. Chuhai, Phil Hickerson, is going to be going against Frankie the Thumper Lancaster in our expiration of time match today. That should be a good one. We'll have more to say about that one a little bit later on. Being joined right now by promoter Eddie Marlin. Eddie, welcome. Good to have you here.
Thank you, Dave.
Something interesting occurred in the CWA this week, and I want to get...
Of course, remember we started last week with Lance Russell, but by the second episode, he was out the door on his way to WCW, and we got a new announcer. And what was that dude's name? I forgot his name, but the fat dude, and he's not even here this week. What's going on?
Because it involves some championship belts, and that involved the stud stable.
Right. It's a very important thing that happened.
Yeah, Dylan, thank you for coming in here also. You have been in every episode so far. Really appreciate
Jimmy
it.
Golden Tuesday morning, and Jimmy informed me that he and Robert Fuller, the stud stable, had major differences, and he would no longer defend the tag titles with Robert Fuller. Mm-hmm. So naturally that left the belts up for grabs. So that gave the promotion an opportunity.
Every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern.
And you know, when
even though, real quick, I messed up and I didn't go live on Twitch. I'm just doing YouTube, and I didn't want to redo everything and said, screw it. I'm just doing YouTube tonight. But normally, when I have my shit together, we'll be live on YouTube and Twitch. But tonight, only YouTube. But the normal, Sunday night, 6 Eastern. Get used to that. Going to try to keep it going. After we do Memphis 89, I don't know where we'll go. We may continue on. We may go back in the past. We may pick something else. We'll see. But I appreciate everyone for hanging out.
Calls from all over, everywhere. Jimmy Valiant called, Tommy Rich. A bunch of names is called. Also, we've got Jeff.
Yeah, what was that dude's name?
Robert Fuller, of course, will get a new partner. It's just great tag teams have all signed up for this tournament.
All right, so the tournament's coming up. The CWA tag champions will be decided since the belts are now vacant. So that in that one night
tournament, we'll have new champions.
Looking forward to it. Ought to be tremendous matches for that coming up, because with those belts on the line, that's always a
big prize.
Yeah, yes, indeed. We're going to be back. We got big action coming up here, and we'll be back to get it started for you in just a moment.
I cannot do that.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm sure here he is. He's back. We're going to get his name right now.
I am sorry.
rid of you
I've forgotten
last
it.
week. I had the same problem that I had last week with your airport here. This is a Matchbox airport, a little 10-cent operation. I've been circling the tower for 30 minutes. Can't you do something with this airport?
Well, I don't think it's the airport. I think maybe somebody just doesn't want you here, and we're included in that.
Well, I can tell you
Ronnie P. Gossett the fourth, we thought we were rid of.
You won't have this problem next week because I will be here on Friday.
Dude, he was pretty funny. I have to admit, I was giving him hell, but he cracked me up multiple times, so I don't know. Maybe he'll be good. I do kind of remember him from just, like, clips that I've seen randomly, but I think he ends up being a manager at some point.
Open the show for all my adoring fans.
Well, don't do us any additional favors, please.
You move down a little bit.
I'm not going to move anywhere. I'm going to sit right here. If you're going to sit here, please don't make as much noise as you did
Yeah,
last
Ronnie P. Gossett. That's right.
week.
That's
We gotta
right.
Get this match underway. Yeah. Matter of fact, speaking of last week, I want to show everybody this.
I was giving him hell.
Just a reminder of why maybe you might reconsider sitting here. Take a look at what happened last week.
What?
to
What are
Ronnie
you going
P.
to show?
Gossett the
What are you talking about?
They had any eggs. See, that's what it would be like.
Remember,
Hey, wait a minute.
excuse me, we remember this now, getting egged last week. Dude, he blasted him with that egg also. Excuse me.
I found an egg. I can't believe.
Well, I can tell you that was the highlight of my
Let me
week
tell you
last week.
something. You don't show that piece of trash about me because my attorney, F. Lee Babcock,
He's going to call it AI here in a second.
whip, and I'm tired of you trying to tear me down. That idiot deliberately did that to try and sabotage.
The video's not even real.
Yeah, he's just
1989 artificial intelligence.
Anywhere.
Speaking of your place, if you're going to stay here, just
I
please
certainly
sit
am
and
gonna
stay over there if you
Put
don't
that camera
mind.
in here.
See if we can get.
Yeah, we do 2 episodes every Sunday. Anyone that may be watching this after the fact. Well, Jeff Jarrett going to start us out here tonight.
We've got a 1 call, 10 minutes.
Let me get him past his music
Open the
here.
card. Wimpy Jeff Jarrett.
Now, Keith Eric is a jobber that I like. I like Keith Eric.
Wimpy pretty boy Jeff Jarrett.
Well,
I think old Keith Eric could have done more.
Too much because I happen to know. I thought you and Jeff Jarrett used to be friends.
You got the right word. We used to be friends before I found out what a real wimp he was. So look, like I said last week, he's the son of Jerry Jarrett. That's the kiss of death. Jeff's got some potential, very little.
Potential. He's one of the top wrestlers in the country.
I said he had some potential. I don't stretch it.
Well, there's Keith Eric. Jeff Jarrett has been in total control of the match so far. He grabs Keith by the left arm. Look at him wrap it up a couple of times. Steps under, hooks him, down to the mat.
Gotta get that hammer lock.
Why don't you call it like it is?
Tripped him.
Use the tights. Just use that arm and forced him down to the mat. Eric tried to complain he had his hair pulled.
He certainly did.
He did
Are you
not.
blind? Can you not see this?
I saw exactly what happened. He just
Evidently
used the
not.
arm to take him down.
Jeff's not as strong as that guy. He could have just taken him down.
Referee is there checking to see if Eric's shoulders are both on the mat. Eric's left shoulder was not flat on the mat, so the referee did not start the count. There's a shoulder butt by Eric.
Very good shoulder block.
Down to the mat he goes. Nice move by Jeff Jarrett.
He's lucking up again.
Luck to it. That's just athletic ability.
He has no athletic ability. That boy has been in the dark ever since he started in
What's
the
up, Bob
wrestling
Neal?
business,
Thanks for
and you
coming in
can
here.
credit his
Yeah, he was good.
Jerry
Interesting. Says Keith had a good job. He was happy being on TV. He was decent in the ring. I like him.
what he is
Every
today.
time I've seen him work, I've been impressed.
The best thing for that boy to do is change his name.
I think millions of wrestling fans will disagree with you on that. Eric with the arm hammered up behind the back. Jeff reverses it. He gets the hammer on Eric. They're reversing each other back and forth here. Keith Eric with the advantage right now. We're 2 minutes into the action.
Time till Jeff Jarrett will submit. He'll give it up.
He does not give it up. Instead, he reverses
Just
Eric.
a matter of time. Terrific forearm smashes. Reversal.
Reversed him into the
Oh, barely got him over there.
corner. What a move.
Look at
Not the prettiest sunset flip.
That was a fast count if I ever saw one. Fast count. He counted 1, 2, 3.
She hooked his arms up, Code Red style, but no quickness to that at all. Almost fucked it
He
up.
has himself a victory here in this match against Keith Eric today. Eric is steamed, and you are too, but Jarrett looked mighty good as he got
When
the
he
win.
does something like that, it's all right. Little Jeffy Jarrett, that's fine.
2
He
minutes.
didn't win that match.
He did win the match. 2
He
minutes,
didn't win
26
anything.
seconds. We'll be back in just a moment.
Already missing Lance Russell, though. Can't lie.
Hello everyone, I'm Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling.
Hired another-
We want to remind
more
you,
people.
Coming to you on Thursday, April 6th.
Lance used to do this job.
Indiana, we'll be at the high school there. Then on Evansville, we're going to be in Evansville Wednesday, March 22nd, and what an event that's going to be. One night, 7-match tournament for the CWA Tag Team titles. Before the night's over, we're going to have new CWA Tag Champions.
That's right, Roger. We got more than payback for you, Imperial Dynasty.
God, was it last week this dude fucking almost killed a dude? I broke that out into a clip.
We've got the tag team titles to fight for, and me and Tracy intend to go all the way.
Well, this is a big night in Evansville. One night tournament.
It was crazy.
CWA tag team.
Just
titles.
dropped him
When
right
you're
on
tag
his
team,
head.
That's what it's all about. This is what we train for. And the Japanese team, you're tough guys, you're a tough team, but we're coming right through you. And I guarantee you, in Evansville, you're looking at the new CWA tag team champion.
That's going to be the first big match of this tournament. And Jeff, right after that, you've got Tommy.
Yeah, anybody that didn't see this last week, that's the guy's name is John Paul that's tagging with Tracy Smothers there. Check this out.
Very impressive team. He's now back with a
Dropped him right on his. Jesus Christ! I'll let last week's reaction. Fucking God in heaven! Watch this.
impressive team. He's now back with a
Dropped him right on his head.
over to give him
Yeah, and yeah, if you're not following on X and if you're on that platform, give me a follow over there. I'm trying to get that one growing.
Rich and T.Y.
Yeah, John Paul was trying to kill that man.
This Wednesday night coming up, you said, is the tag tournament. And these belts, they evolved from the old Southern belts, and there was a lot of great champions. The Greens, the Von Brauners, Eddie Marlin and Tommy Gilbert, the Fargos. So there's been a lot of great champions come down the road. And there's going to be a new one this Wednesday night. And I've got a partner, Brian Lee, and last week, Roger, we came as close as you can get to holding those belts. And I feel like that me and Brian are the champions. But we've got a tough first-round match with P.Y. Chewy and Tommy Rich. And Tommy Rich, I've heard some things he's been saying.
I ain't seen Tommy Rich yet.
Right at me. But guys,
Got Tommy Rich and Ricky Morton both hanging out here right before they start doing the York Foundation.
with the belts around our waist. You know, if we win the
WCW.
first match, we might end up having to wrestle Tracy. We don't know, but that's one thing about a tournament.
Tracy was about to go to WCW also. This is interesting. A lot of WCW folks
Me and Brian are going to give it everything.
right
we
before
got.
they start
Good luck to you, Jeff. Don't forget,
appearing on
that's Wednesday,
television.
March 22nd.
That's right, Jack W. Former tag team champions, Bastion Booger and Scott Steiner. I know his last name's Grundy here.
Indiana. What a
Yeah,
great
Bastion
night.
Booger
We're
and
gonna have
Scott
new
Steiner.
CWA tag
Who
team
could have
champions.
ever thunk that? I need to break that out into a clip, actually. That's pretty interesting.
Rough and ready in the ring. Boss Winters tries again. He's wandering around talking.
Oh my God! Yeah, here's one of the dudes that got their fucking head smashed into the ground by John Paul. Are they gonna do a rematch?
Outstanding team, Dave. An outstanding team. Be sure you put that in there. Give these boys credit.
Speaking of outstanding team, here they come right here. The Mason Dixon.
Oh my God! It's a rematch from last week.
Brothers and John Paul.
Oh, my
Last
goodness.
week he tried to kill one of these dudes.
You know the thing about Tracy Smothers, Dave Brown, he started out in the wrestling business. That's right.
Rough
that's
and
right.
ready. They need some revenge for the attempted murder.
Paul and Tracy Smothers from behind.
They just should have been ready to start the match.
Dude, John Paul's stiff as hell. Did you see that forearm?
But it doesn't take long. Look at this. Tracy Smothers chasing ready.
Does John Paul know it's not a shoot, brother?
Look at this illegal maneuver right there.
Run them together out there.
It certainly is. Certainly is. You know, Tracy Smothers, you never know what boy is going to show up. He's been Tracy Smothers, the Southern boy. The
Double back
wild-eyed
elbow.
Southern boy.
Looked
And
good.
now he is with John Paul, the Top Gun, or whatever he is.
They're the Mesa-Dixon connection.
Is that
That's what they are. Look
Well,
at
I've got several other names.
Powers
Stiff. He's snug, but I like it.
Doesn't get the 3 count.
Outside of the whatever the fuck happened last week, but
I
other
don't
than
want to
that.
say that he's prejudiced, but when a certain team is in there, he takes his time with the count.
Oh, what a standing drop kick. That was awesome.
I
I don't know if I've ever seen Tracy do that. Watch this drop kick.
But when a certain team is in there, he
Just
takes
comes
his
right
time
down
with
on
the
him
count.
like a spike. And then lands on his feet. That was freaking
He kicked
sweet.
him and dropped him right down to the
certainly
mat.
did.
Jeez.
Hey, don't forget, we got a big match coming up a little bit later on as P.Y. Chuhai, Phil Hickerson, is going to be going against Frankie the Thumper Lancaster. Grudge match here.
Look at it.
There was a breakup
Why don't he check
during
those
a
fingers
tag
he was
team
working
match
on?
during the week. Tojo Yamamoto got involved, and Frankie said, I want a return match, and we've got it for you right here on Championship Wrestling on television today.
Look at John Paul, a complete idiot. He doesn't have a clue as to what's going on.
John Paul takes the tag. He's paying very close attention to what's happening. He's up on the
certainly
middle
is.
rope.
Look at
Tracy holds it. He springs over.
Double
He
teaming.
is-
You see all this
he does
double
not
teaming,
play.
Dave Brown, you never say a word about this double teaming.
That was.
I know looked this cage match up last week. I didn't know a lot about John
He
Paul.
didn't get out on the count. He stayed right in there. He certainly does.
Tracy Smothers raked across the
No
face.
selling that rake of the eyes.
I certainly
By
do.
Rupp.
And it will be changed, I can assure you.
High side kick by Tracy
Could be
Smothers.
it.
He covers 1, 2. Hit
Look at
three. He
this.
got him.
Look at this. You
That was a breakup. Come on. Wow, dude, John Paul's giving him hell. Look at this. So this guy was like legit, like, you know, we're going to break this up.
Smothers raked across the face.
Watch this.
I certainly
By
do.
Rupp.
And it will be changed, I can assure you.
Super kick.
High side kick by
He's
Tracy
getting the
Smothers.
cover.
He covers
The
one,
Rough and Ready's partner's getting him. You know, that's a break, essentially. I don't know if it was supposed to happen or not. Whatever. John Paul's like, here, take a couple shots
I certainly
for your
do.
trouble.
Hey,
Holy shit.
John Paul, Tracy Smothers get a victory over Ruff.
Dude, love me some Tracy Smothers.
Give me a break.
Boy, Boss Winters is steamed.
Tafster, welcome in here.
He's always
being
steamed.
steamed.
Why?
Yeah, huge Tracy Smothers fan.
That's exactly right.
Watching a different match there, Boss
Well,
Winters.
evidently we're not watching the same one you are.
Well, anyway, we've got the referee's decision, and that is
Same problem with
the
you last
Mesa-Dixon connection has the victory.
They
The time on
certainly-
it,
yeah, they
2
have it.
minutes,
They didn't
9
win it.
seconds. We had a problem that developed during the week in the CWA that we talked about a little bit earlier, and I want to kind of give them a chance to say their piece about it, at least Robert Fuller, the stud stable. It looks like things are certainly coming apart for the stud stable here.
Dave Brown,
Here he
I'll handle
comes
this
right-
interview because I need to talk to
I think I
Robert.
can take care of it, Mr.
He's a
Gossett,
little
if you
bit
don't mind.
upset. You don't have a compassionate bone in your body. There's nothing you can do about this. I'll handle this interview.
You know,
right
I
here.
don't have any
Robert,
compassion at all for these guys right here,
I've
so you
known
do
you
it.
for
Go ahead.
many years, Robert. You're one of the most compassionate men in this business. And when you hurt, I hurt.
Yeah, Robert last
And I
week was
hate to
calling
see
out
you
his
this
brother.
upset, Robert.
What's up, Gracie?
I've fallen on hard times. That, in particular, my whole stable's fallen on hard times. As you know, you've been watching Ronnie for sex.
Why don't y'all shut up out there and listen to a man?
Hold it down.
As you know, Ronnie, I'm not going to get no respect out here in the first place. But what I'm going to say, and then very quickly and get it out of the way. Gary Young and Cactus Jack, one of the first guys in my stable that came down the line here, and it didn't work out. Those boys went their own way. Then I hired a black moron. I'm talking about Brick House Brown, and I had to take care of his baby and send him on down the road. And then, as you know, I know it's not my
Robert,
fault.
that is
Sylvia.
not your fault.
I know it's not my fault.
Not
But
at
then
all.
I went on even further. I got Phil Hickerson, and I sent Phil over to Japan to make him a lot of money, and he came back thinking he's a Japanese. And that's the
Came
end of
back
Phil
crazier
Hickerson
now.
As far as I'm concerned.
Robert, don't ever feel that's your fault.
That's all
You did
right. I
nothing
don't
wrong.
feel it's my fault, but let me finish then. Then I had this big Sidney Vicious come in here. What a big
Yeah, he's
tough guy. I
amazing,
figured gonna
Jack.
Make me a lot of money, and I had
He's
to
been the
knock him out
highlight, I think, so
myself.
far of
You
watching
take
this
that
Memphis
hard
wrestling.
Buster, and then right down to the
Promos
last
are
leg of it,
amazing.
My own family, a fallout with my cousin Jimmy Golden, which caused us to have to vacate our beloved belts. And when I say beloved belt, that belt means so much to me. I had my own picture put in the front of it, and that's where it's going to stay as far as that goes. But you know something? let me just get my glasses out here because I want the people to know something. As hard as times get for the stud, baby, the sun shines for me night and day.
That's right. That's right.
This is what's about to happen, Ronnie Gossett. In every state of the United States, there's at least one good man, one stud, if you know what I'm talking about. Right here in the state of Tennessee, I am the man. I am your man. Yeah, let's get it up now, baby, and let's tell it like it is. Because what I'm about to do is I'm about to start a standard in wrestling.
Ronnie P's getting a little close over here with this lady. What the hell's going on?
I'm going to hire that stud from every state in the
It does.
And I'm going to
Welcome in here, B40.
Twice.
Twice.
I'm talking about Texas, baby. I'm bringing the man into my stable. I want to bring him out here right now if I can, because what we're going to do is put together the greatest stable of all time. I want the man. I want the toughest guy to ever walk down a Texas street. Dutch Mantel, if he wanted to come on.
It does. Gracie, I think he's got those filtered, maybe a black and mild in his hand. So here we go, man. What a duo. Fuller and Mantel.
Oh, yeah, it certainly is.
Let me say, it is a great day in my life, Mr. Fuller, and you too, Miss Lovely Sylvia, to be associated with one of the finest wrestling organizations in the country today. And Rob, I want you to know, with our ability and our brains, we cannot be stopped. We're going to take over and dominate wrestling, not only the rest of the 80s, but well into the 90s. Do you understand what I'm talking about? And I want everybody to back.
Shut up. Let me tell you exactly the way it is now. This is what's going to happen. That some of you lucky ones out there are going to get the opportunity.
Yeah, I'm digging this.
Join the stud stable. And there's going to be two sides to it, baby. That's either you're with us or
God, it'd have been cool if Dutch would have been in the stud stable in WCW.
The stud stable that is in existence is going to put
He'd have fit right in.
out of existence, baby. And you're going to be understanding that. You will get an offer if you're worth it, and you'll accept that offer, or it'll be the worst thing you ever did in your life as a mistake. And on the other hand now, let me say, as sure as you see Dutch Mantel here is the CWA heavyweight champion, that when we acquire our belts, we're going to put them belts on the line to anybody, anywhere, anytime, baby, because we're going to have an open door on all of our
The title looks like the AEW women's title, the first one, the super tiny one.
wrestling to be exciting.
Before they got a proper size belt, which actually now it's like incredibly, maybe oversized even.
Hey, this is not your
Jarrett coming out to the lion's den. Uh-oh.
This is their interview, kid.
No, I didn't ask you to talk. You just sit there and hold the microphone. Robert Fuller, I sat back there, and, you know, we never have seen eye to eye on anything. But I sat back there, and I was just waiting for you to say those few words. That's right. You got a new company. You got a new company. You got a new champion. And you said that you got an open-door policy, that you'll put your belt on the line anywhere, any place. And that's one thing we see eye to eye on. Now, if you're going to back up your big mouth that you always run, then put your money where your mouth is and put your champion in the ring right here today, and I'll face him. Because I've dreamed of holding that belt, and I'd like a shot.
Dreamed of it.
Wait just a minute, Jarrett. I would get in the ring with you today, but, Rob, I didn't come prepared to wrestle. Come on.
I'll tell you what, if this man was ready to wrestle, he'd put his title up to you right now. He just don't have his stuff on.
Yeah, it does, actually.
Belt up. We'll wrestle. We'll go to a break and we'll have a match. Boy, speak up. You want to be heard around here. Hey, can he change the television or what?
You think just because you're a Jarrett you can do anything?
He's got an open door policy. Well, Fuller, back up your big mouth and put that belt on the line. Okay, you want to wrestle me? Get in the ring right there.
You want to wrestle me?
Hey, Randy, he don't stand a chance.
Are you going to put that title up?
Yes, the title's going up. The title's going up on TV.
Okay, Dave, we'll take a break. We'll come. You're not dressed to wrestle. No, you give me a few minutes.
It certainly is.
You move out of the way. The people want to see me.
Damn, we're getting Dutch and Jarrett.
Going to make it a title match. Going to make it a title match.
Okay, fans, the title match, the one you've waited for.
We'll take a break.
Boy, Jeff Jarrett has really, he stepped in it this time.
We're going to take a break.
Dutch Mantell will get ready, and we'll be back here, and we'll have the championship match for you in just a couple of minutes. Stand by. We'll be back.
That's the damn truth. Lance Russell would have had it under control.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Webb with Championship
And this guy's no
Wrestling.
Lance
We will
Russell.
remind you that coming to you on Thursday,
I do like
April
Dave
6th,
Brown,
we're
though.
going to be in Henryville, Indiana. We'll be at the high school. Evansville, Indiana, folks, look out. We're coming to you on Wednesday, March 22nd, a one-night, seven-match tournament. And before we leave, we're going to have new CWA Tag Team Champions. Regular prices, too. We're going to have matches like Shogun and Samurai versus a Mason-Dixon connection. Bill Dundee and Todd Morton will be going against Dutch Mantell and the Master of Pain. Jeff Jarrett and Brian Lee going against Tommy Rich and P.Y. Chuhai. And the first round match, Action Jackson, Robert Fuller with Sylvia going against Jed Grundy and Jungle Jim.
Jed Grundy. Yeah, that's Bastion Booger.
Wednesday, March 22nd.
Former tag team champion with Scott Steiner in February, I believe.
Now, don't you forget now, you
Just
folks in
insane.
Henryville, we're going to be there Thursday, April 6th at the high school. Don't forget, Evansville, Wednesday, March 22nd for the big championship match.
Dave Brown here at ringside.
Dave Brown, I've
being
had a
joined
lot-
by Ronnie Gossett IV.
I've had a lot of cards and letters and telegrams this week, and I want to tell you one thing. Despite all that, I will be here as your host from now on of Championship Wrestling.
I can imagine. Hey, there's the champion right there, Dutch Mantell
That
with
is
Robert
the
Fuller.
champion.
And looks like he is just about ready to go. Here comes the challenger. Oh, my goodness.
I like that shot coming from the back
This should be
through the curtain there.
This is going to be a championship match. The CWA heavyweight title is on the line. This has got a championship match right
Yeah, I
here.
could only imagine that it was a major decline from years previous, but I don't know. They would have been drawn here in March of '89.
Jarrett and the champion, current holder of the CWA heavyweight title from Oil Trough, Texas, Dutch Mantell. CWA heavyweight belt is on the line. Robert Fuller is acting as manager to Dutch Mantell. He's in the corner. The referee says, let's get this one going, and the championship match is in progress.
You know
It's definitely going to end up with some sort of interference by
has beaten just about everybody in professional wrestling.
Fuller
He's
out there.
beaten Jerry the Blob Lawler. He's even beaten the Macho Man. And you think a punk like Jeff Jarrett stands a chance against Dutch Mantell? Give me a break.
Jeff Jarrett has held the championship belt or two himself. He was Rookie of the Year his first year.
Imagine Dutch beating the Macho Man in '89, though.
Richard Nixon used to be president.
That'd be a story.
We're talking about today, pal.
Jeff Jarrett takes Dutch Mantell down to the mat, bars the left arm. Mantell up on one knee, but Jeff holds on. This match, by the way, a special TV time limit on the championship match. Usually on championship matches, of course, there's the mandatory one-fall 60-minute time limit.
Oh, nice. There's a fist. You didn't open your mouth about the fist, Davy Brown.
That was a
Not one
right
word.
fist. I'll give you that. Nice uppercut.
Uppercut.
As
That's
he
your word
let
for it.
Dutch
I call
Mantell
it a
have it.
blatant fist.
Jeff Jarrett waiting, center of the ring. Dutch Mantell hanging back, complaining to the referee about something. I don't know what.
Dutch Mantell's got two people to beat. He's got that retarded Calhoun and that retarded Jeff Jarrett.
Headlock by Dutch
Whoa,
Mantell.
B40, that's cool. I liked old Dutch on YouTube. I watched a lot of his opinions and videos. Dutch still the man. I always liked Dutch.
Jeff Jarrett.
I think I said on here every week now, but I love Dutch doing
We
color
haven't mentioned
and
at
Smoky
somewhat of a
Mountain.
disadvantage. He has already wrestled a match just a few minutes ago. This is his
Well, he
second match
should
of the
have come out
day.
here and talked about how good he was. He was the one made the challenge.
Well, he did make the challenge.
He certainly did.
Dutch Mantell and Robert Fuller. I think maybe it was Fuller, really, that accepted more than Mantell.
He's let that little alligator mouth overload that Jaybird behind. That's exactly what he's done.
Well, it could have been Robert Fuller that did that, you know. Well, remains to be seen.
Robert Fuller is a gentleman. Robert Fuller is a scholar.
Dutch Mantell out of the ring. He's frustrated by
He's not frustrated.
Jeff Jarrett.
That's
The count's at
exactly-
4. 5.
Can't lose the belt on a count out now.
Referee
Jarrett.
counting on him at 7.
I know what
Dutch
you're excited
Mantell
about.
rolls back into the ring. A 10 count and he would have been counted out of the match. Jeff Jarrett. Oh, got raked across the eyes. Mantell, terrific move. Mantell poked him in the eyes with his fingers.
Uh-oh, here we go.
He only got a 2 count. Mantell was going to pick Jeff up and body slam him. He was setting himself.
Uh-oh.
But Jeff had
They're calling video difficulties
in
the original broadcast.
Almost got the 3 count on
not smart enough to anticipate anything.
Anyone who was watching closely saw exactly what happened right there. Jeff Jarrett now takes that left arm of Dutch Mantell and wraps it up.
Be just a matter of time till Jeff Jarrett will be nothing more than a fleeting page of history.
Jeff Jarrett may walk out of here the new CWA heavyweight champion, too. Don't forget that.
Would you like to make a wager?
No, I don't wager, but there's a cover. 1, 2, almost. So close, Jeff Jarrett was.
Having a nice little match here. They had some good studio matches. But every week we get something good.
Can't believe it. What's going on, says Mantell. This was supposed to be easy.
Oh, it will be easy. I have no doubts about Dutch Mantell's ability to beat whippy Jeff Jarrett.
Mantell stalking around, came out of the corner. Jeff forces him back into the turnbuckles. Clean break, says the referee. Jeff backs away, both hands in the air. Nice and clean.
What's Dutch digging for?
He's not going to the tight.
You see it
He's
right
adjusting the waistband. He's adjusting the waistband.
Yeah. See if he pulls a set of brass knucks or a chain out of there.
A scientific wrestler like Dutch Mantell doesn't resort to those kind of tactics. He doesn't need to.
Mantell now playing around with the knee pad
Continuing to check the waistband of the tights.
He's got some kind of foreign object.
Doesn't have anything.
I tell you what, this is kind of an impromptu match here. It was not scheduled at the beginning of the day as a championship match. We're going to have to take a break. We'll continue the tape rolling.
Old school Southern
we'll show you when you get back. If you miss anything,
wrestling right here now.
Keep it rolling so you can see Jeff Jarrett get beat.
Let's take the break, and we'll be back to continue the match in a moment.
Seen a lot of wrestling at county fairs from where I'm at, Virginia, West Virginia. I've seen those spots and pretty regularly. Sometimes more than once in one night.
Out of the ring here. What you missed while we were away with commercial was not really a whole lot.
I want you to look at this.
Look at this.
That is illegal.
Really popping Dutch Mantell. Now here comes Robert.
Tried to stay out of this thing long as I could, but you see the crowd in it.
Whoa.
Pulling for my hero, baby. I'm going to be out here pulling for mine.
Jeff Jarrett missed the drop
exactly
kick.
where you should be, Robert. I can assure you, though.
Let's go get up about that new Texas stud in there, baby. Let's hear it about the champion, Dutch Mantell. Tell him about it.
I started to tell you while we were waiting.
Fuller's going to have a heart attack out here.
Mantell put it to him.
Yeah, he's just entertaining as hell every week.
And the crowd, I think
I would call him the MVP so far. Him or Dutch. Dutch has been really good too. Now that they're teaming up, crowd is hot. That's right, Jack. Yeah, they are.
Let's tell him about that new Texas stud.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Dutch Mantell, the newest member of the Stud stable, as he joined earlier today. Robert Fuller.
Smash.
Robert Fuller very proud of that fact. Sylvia out here.
He certainly needs help.
Oh, look out. Clothesline, a close clothesline by Dutch Mantell.
Move by Dutch Mantell. I doubt if that kid will be able to get back into the ring. That's it. Man's out of it.
Mantell back in the ring. Jeff Jarrett down on the floor out here. Up, right.
Help him in, Robert. Help him in.
Help him in with a...
Uh-oh. Oh, whoa. Didn't work.
Jarrett called it fair. Fuller got
Jarrett
no business
going to win this thing?
Here. Jeff off the top rope.
Flying cross body.
We got a brand new champion. Jeff Jarrett, the brand new champion. He got it.
He didn't win that
that belt. Jeff takes the belt. He didn't win that belt. He didn't win that belt.
Hey, you ain't wrong, Jack. Dundee gets a good one too, and Lawler, of course. But
congratulate him and kind of even it up here. He did not win that belt. He won it fair and square right up there in the middle of the ring after Fuller tried to go.
the North American title, if I'm not mistaken, Jarrett just won.
He didn't lose that belt. Jeff Jarrett pinned Dutch Mantell fair and square in the ring and is the brand new CWA champion. Robert Fuller had no business getting involved, and you know it, and all the wrestling fans know it. He should have stayed.
That was good. That was that entire segment ruled. I enjoyed all that.
Investigate all you want. We've got a new CWA heavyweight champion in Jeff Jarrett.
He didn't win anything.
Be back in
he didn't win anything.
Called the CWA heavyweight champion.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling. We want to remind you that
Roger
we're going to be
Webb.
in Henryville, Indiana, at the high school.
This guy must not have stayed
Thursday,
around
April
for too
6th
long. I don't
with a
remember
tremendous
him.
card. Evansville, Indiana people, look out for this match. Our matches on Wednesday, March 22nd, one-night, seven-match tournament for new CWA Tag Team Champions. Some of the people that will be in the ring in the first round match include Action Jackson, Robert Fuller with Sylvia, going against Jed
Action Jackson
and Jungle Jim. You're going to see Bill Dundee with Todd Morton versus Dutch Mantell, the Master of Pain. And look out for Shogun Samurai. They're going to be going against the Mason-Dixon Connection.
My Imperial Dynasty, Shogun and Samurai, we're going to be the CWA Tag Team Champion. John Paul, Tracy Smothers, my boys going to crucify you and beat you bad. Oi! Oh shit! 今日のエビスビルではトレイシー・スマザースとジョン・ポールを倒して俺らがチャンピオンになるんだ。ああ、将軍と侍がチャンピオンだ。分かったか？万歳！
Anybody just hanging out, randomly coming through every Sunday night. I'm trying to keep this rolling. This is our 6th week in a row. Watching CWA Memphis from '89. We're doing 18 and 25, and then we'll be going into April, of course. Every Sunday night at 6 Eastern, folks. Usually on YouTube and Twitch. Tonight I'm just doing YouTube because I fucked up at the beginning, but usually both. But yeah, sub up if you are not. And also do videos as well. Go check out some of the videos in the video section.
I want everybody to hear. All you people sitting out there, let's take a good look at Jeff Jarrett. If you want your kid to grow up like that, you better carry him somewhere. They say, together,
Yo, Tommy Rich, here we go now.
PY, too high. We're going to be there. Jeff Jarrett, Brian Lee, you better bring some color through with you, baby.
All this Wednesday, March 22nd, Evansville, Indiana. Regular prices. Don't miss it. A new CWA Tag Team Champion.
Jimmy Golden has left the stud stable. As a result, the CWA Tag Team titles are vacant. One-night tournament coming up to determine the new champions. And here are some highlights of some of the teams that will be participating.
Gonna jump through this because of the song. It will get us taken off. Oh, Tommy Rich and Buddy Landell. We haven't seen Landell.
CWA Tag Team titles that'll all be decided in that one-night tournament. In the ring right now, Mr. Thompson, the Freezer, is up there with his partner Chris Frazier. Thompson out of Arkansas, Chris Frazier out of Mississippi, and come roaring into the ring, Action Jackson.
Action Jackson. I can't even say it. Action Jackson. And The Undertaker, the Master of Pain. What a tag team. Hey, every time I've seen Action Jackson, he's been fun to watch, too. He's pretty brutal. Again, he was TNT in Puerto Rico. I found that out after doing a little bit of research.
Dutch Mantell is usually out with a Master of Pain. I suppose since he lost his championship, he's not going to be around here today while the Master of Pain is
Dutch Mantell did not lose his championship.
Don't anticipate this one lasting very long.
Brown, you and Lance Russell, what you know about professional wrestling, you could put on a postage stamp. Jeff Jarrett stole the belt. Do you understand what I said? Stole the belt.
If you were watching earlier and saw the match, you know exactly what happened. Jeff Jarrett stole nothing. He won it fair and square. He is the new CWA champion.
he lacerated Robert Fuller, a true gentleman in professional wrestling. And you call that fair?
I call that good enough for him. He's never should have gotten involved to begin with. He involved himself in the match from outside. He had no business being there.
Yeah, he is stiff. Likes to lay in a jumping elbow drop.
Action Jackson gets the pin on Chris Frazier. Come on, break it up.
Short work
Jackson
there.
Won the match. It's over. Action Jackson and the Master of Pain, wasting no time. 1:08 the time on it, as they defeat Chris Frazier and William the Freezer Thompson. Now, come on, the match is over. They throw Thompson and Frazier.
Jackson's like, I'll ring this damn bell now.
The ring again.
Scientific wrestling, good scientific wrestling.
There's too much power, that's what it was.
You can tell Frazier certainly didn't miss many meals. Look at him, he looks horrible, out of shape.
Thompson and Frazier, neither one of them having a good day here today against the huge team of Master of Pain and Action Jackson.
They probably went to the Bill Dundee School of Self-Defense.
Finally, Jackson and Master of Pain leave here. Yeah, there he comes back. Here comes Robert Fuller.
He's back again.
Too pleasant here, baby.
Pissed
But I tell you
off.
what, I got Dutch Mantell. I guess into a little bit of trouble. I owe him something, baby. And I'm telling you, Dutch, you're going to be just like a brother to me. First man of the stud stable, I'm going to say that, baby. You are a stud. What I'm holding in my hand right here happens to be a check, baby. Take a close look at it.
$20,000.
It's $20,000. It comes straight out of my bank account. You notice that top line right there has not been signed. There's not a man's name on it. But the man's name that goes right in there is the man that's going to finish that pucked up giant from wrestling in my beloved profession. I'm going to tell you something, boy. You busted me your lifetime. It's not only going to be the stud himself that's going to be coming after your tail. It's going to be everybody I hire. And I'm going to promise you something. I'm going to hire the toughest men throughout the country to put him away.
He's like, here's $20,000 for, losing your title because I first of all cost you the belt, but a reward for losing the belt anyways. What is happening?
Man, sitting out there watching the television, you don't have to wrestle, Daddy. Collect this $20,000. Put that punk out of my profession.
Well, I'm going to get my back. It couldn't happen again in a million years. Jeff Jarrett will not beat me. It's a complete fluke. But Robert has got a check for $20,000, and I intend to do three things. I intend to get the $20,000, get my belt back at a tag team tournament, me and the Master of Pain. Or Robert Fuller and Action Jackson, they're going to end up with the tag team belts. I'm getting out of here. I'm sick and tired of you here.
Hasn't been a good week for the stud stable.
Take a look right here. Get a close-up look, baby. Because right underneath that pretty face you see in that picture, that's my face. This is my belt. And I'm going to guarantee you one thing. Somebody's going to earn $20,000, and it's going to be soon because
Oh, he's just saying for whoever takes him out. Thought he was giving it to Dutch.
That's the only thing that's going to change is Jimmy Golden's pictures coming out and Action Jackson's going in because this is my beloved belt, and it's going to stay that way.
Well, you win it at the tag team tournament, not standing here talking about it. As I said, it's been a bad week for the stud stable. We'll see if their luck continues the way it has been going, which is not good at all.
They'll be back around our waist Monday night.
We're going to take care of them for whoever wins them in the tag team tournament. Now, if you take a $20,000 check, he's put a bounty on Jeff Jarrett's head.
Got a bounty on Jarrett.
$20,000. Ronnie P. Gossett the fourth may just throw my hat in the ring after Jeffy Jarrett.
Yeah, well, good luck to you on that. Let me tell you, Jeff, I don't think Jeff Jarrett is all that worried, I got to tell you. He has the belt.
He's shaking in his boots.
Coming in right now, the Imperial One, Tojo Yamamoto.
Yeah, Jarrett's still in the profession and still looks good. It's crazy.
Chuhai steps into the ring.
Whether you like him or not, you got to respect it.
Tremendous match.
What a career.
Stake here. There was a tag team action earlier in the week, and Tojo got involved in the match against Frankie Lancaster. And Lancaster said, I want a match with P.Y. Chuhai. Well, the promoters are bringing it to you right now. Here he comes,
P.Y.
Frankie the
Chuhai,
Thumper
Phil
Lancaster
Hickerson
coming in. He's out of Tampa,
versus
Florida.
Frankie
P.Y.
Lancaster.
Chuhai, Phil Hickerson out of
Yeah,
Jackson,
they
Tennessee.
keep using
In his
Frankie
corner,
Lancaster in
with the
interesting ways because
Tojo
sometimes he's a full-on heel, sometimes he's a tweener, sometimes he's more of a face.
P.Y. Chuhai
I don't know.
has
Maybe
comes off.
not a full-on face.
Here
Maybe
we
just a
go.
tweener, but
Phil
I don't know what to do with him.
Long been one of the toughest men in this business. He should have no problem.
He was with the stud
this
stable.
Plumper, what's his name?
Frankie the Thumper Lancaster. Frankie the Thumper Lancaster, former member of the Stud Stable. And we have really been impressed with
See, they're trying to
his
put him
physical
over.
ability, his wrestling moves. He's an excellent wrestler. The fans just haven't been very happy at all that he's been in the Stud Stable and all the things that means. He's no longer in the stable.
That's good for the Stud Stable.
It's good for Frankie Lancaster, let me tell you. P.Y. Chuhai, Phil Hickerson with the top wrist lock. Lancaster takes his feet out from under him and gets that 289 pounds down on the mat instead of standing on his feet. Tojo Yamamoto, you can see him there yelling at the referee, distracting him. Frankie Lancaster retaining control. Oh, quite a day here. We've got a new CWA heavyweight champion.
We do not have a new
The video difficulties message is pretty silly, right? Like, if they're talking about the tracking lines in the tape, we see that. What's actually making it worse is the letters blocking the screen at the bottom.
In which the winners will be crowned CWA Tag Champions at the end of the night. This is a set of belts that has an incredible history. I mean, it goes back to the Von Brauners. Some of you wrestling fans may remember the Von Brauners who held the old Southern Tag belts. These belts are descended from those.
Long before
Eddie
my time.
Marlin, Tommy Gilbert were holders. Jim White and Jerry Lawler. The Greens, Al and Don Green, remember them? All former holders of these very historically important belts, which are going to be on the line in this upcoming one-night tournament. Not only that, Ronnie P. Gossett IV, if you have these CWA heavyweight belts, or CWA tag belts, that makes you a top contender for the world tag title, too.
That's exactly right. That's one of the most prestigious tag belts in the country. But I'll tell you what, for my money, I'm betting on Robert Fuller and Action Jackson.
Well, it remains to be seen. A lot of top-name teams are involved.
Wouldn't be an episode of CWA if we didn't get at least one kendo stick shot by somebody.
For what? He's not supposed to be involved. He's supposed to manage, not get involved in the match.
Not involved.
2 minutes, 50 seconds gone in this one. P.Y. Chuhai raking his fingernails across the back. Frankie the Thumper Lancaster. Here comes Lancaster.
Using his fist.
Good drop kick by Lancaster. He can get off his feet into the air. Hickerson coming back with that taped right hand.
You know, Hickerson and I are on the same type of training. We both train the same way. That's why we look as good as we look.
Yeah. I don't know that I need to comment on that. Count of 2 for P.Y. Chuhai. Frankie Lancaster ducks under a forearm and presses him down to the mat. 1. Count
Just
of
a
1.
one.
Yes, Hickerson breaks it at that
We
point.
definitely need to do something about, what's his name, Jerry Calhoun?
Look at Lancaster take him off his feet again. Tojo was up on the apron. The referee didn't see it, though. He was in position to start the count. Lancaster takes him down again.
Holding the tight.
There's Tojo with that kendo stick. All right. Now, what is this?
DQ.
Disqualification.
That was getting
On Tojo.
getting sloppy anyways. Uh-oh.
Ducks out of the way of Tojo. He hits P.Y. Chuhai. Look out, Frankie. Here come the Japanese team in.
Now he's getting what he deserves. He's getting exactly what he deserves.
It's 4 against 1 here. Lancaster not having a lot of friends.
I guess he'll get saved by some faces. Maybe we'll do the full switch here. Frankie will be a face.
I don't know that he's going to find much help here. He finds himself in one of those unfortunate situations.
You can see, I was about to say Tracy Smothers and John Paul.
Help him out. Yip and yap. Even it up a little bit. Lancaster going after P.Y. Chuhai. Tojo Yamamoto backing up now. Whoa, Hickerson. Look out. P.Y. Chuhai
over the table out here. Remember Tracy going through that table a few weeks back was freaking insane.
Kendo stick. They hammer Hickerson into the desk. Mason-Dixon connection working on the Japanese team meanwhile. Tojo hands Hickerson the kendo stick. The match goes to Frankie Lancaster by disqualification. But then all of this has occurred after the match is over.
They're getting exactly what they deserve, Dave Brown. Exactly.
The Japanese are out here interfering. Tojo and his guys just can't stand it. They get beat in there, and look what they do.
There he goes with a chair.
I'll tell you what, we're going to try to sort it out. We're going to take a break.
Got
We'll be back. We'll get them
pandemonium out here. It's breaking down. We need some help.
Take the break. We'll be back.
I got a bell here. Hold on. I'll ring the bell. Come on, break it up, break it up.
Championship Wrestling, and more of it to come next week. I tell you, a couple of matches of special interest here today. One of them I think we need to
March
mention,
25th,
Frankie
89 guys, got one more episode left. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight.
With P.Y. Chuhai,
Appreciate
Phil
it.
Hickerson, and beat him. Now, he beat him by disqualification, but he had him going pretty good, and Tojo Yamamoto came in. I think Tojo knew that his man was about to get beat, and he came in with that kendo stick. Referee saw him, disqualified him immediately.
That man wasn't about to get beat. I swear, you can't see the same match as I do, evidently, Dave Brown.
Well, I guarantee you this. Frankie Lancaster has himself a victory. Looks mighty good on his record against P.Y. Chuhai. Even though he did beat him by disqualification, he was beaten up on him pretty good before the match ended. And also, brand new CWA heavyweight title holder today. Young man who he said,
just
dreamed
1
about
minute. He did not win that belt, and I am tired of you saying he won the belt.
He did win the belt.
Oh,
He
no.
won the belt from Dutch Mantell. Mantell was out here. Robert Fuller.
How long is Jerry going to keep this title?
The stud stable falling apart. He signed
Not falling apart.
Dutch Mantell to be a member of the stud stable. And then Mantell should be mad at Fuller because Fuller said, yeah, we're going to book this title match. Jeff Jarrett wants the title match. Go ahead, we'll book it here today. So it was booked. The promotion said, let's do it. Title match. Jeff Jarrett wins the belt fair and square in the middle of the ring. And Dutch Mantell is now the ex-CWA heavyweight champion.
Next week.
Speaking of ex-champions, Robert Fuller, as I said, has had a tough week. This is one of the CWA tag team belts. Jimmy Golden, Fuller's longtime partner, finally said, I have had enough of you, Fuller, in the stud stable. I'm leaving. I will not defend the belt anymore. As a result, the CWA has declared the belts are vacant, and there will be a super one-night tournament to determine who gets to wear these CWA tag team titles. As we said during one of the matches, these belts have some of the greatest history of wrestling anywhere. Some of the people that have held the old Southern tag belts, which are now the CWA tag team belts, going all the way back to Don and Al Green, Jerry Lawler, a co-holder many years ago, and all.
He didn't even name Jerry Lawler's tag partner. Jerry Lawler, a co-holder many years ago. All right, let me fix the date on this next episode here. 325. Okay, thanks everyone for hanging out. Every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we're watching CWA. We're getting all the way through 1989. If you're making your way through here maybe after the fact, hit the old subscription button. Make sure you hit the bell so you know when I go live. You can jump in here. Appreciate it. It's been fun to watch. I'm going to run use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back.
Hello again, everybody. everybody. Dave Brown here at ringside. We're set to go with CWA Championship Wrestling. Boy, what a day we've got for you today. We've got a $20,000 bounty match scheduled on the card here. We will be talking to the
somebody trying to collect that money from
bounty match and other things too.
Fuller to get Jarrett taken out.
CWA Tag Team Champions are going to be with us here today, talking about the Mason-Dixon connection.
Oh shit! John Paul and Smothers won the tag titles at this event.
John Paul, they've got a match coming up. Jeff Jarrett will be here a little bit.
Man, I don't even want to miss this.
Ronnie P.
Fucking Gossett still out here. All right, I'll be right back.
You're going to tell me again you've been circling the airport. I know, and I know better.
I came in last night. Last night I stayed at the Omni. For my loyal fans here, I didn't want to let them down. I wanted to be here on time, but I've been late with my limousine. 45 minutes late.
Late with your limousine.
You can't get anything in this hick town.
I see. New excuse from Ronnie P. Gossett. Does this mean we're going to have to put up with you again today?
It certainly does. It's your pleasure. All these beautiful fans.
You're the reaction, I think, from the fans there. Well, I tell you what. Let's take a look before we go on, because I know you were not at all happy about it, but let's take a look at what happened last week in a CWA heavyweight title match that happened here in this ring, in which Jeff Jarrett...
Oh, no, we don't need to see.
Oh, look out. Clothesline, a close clothesline by Dutch Mantell.
By Dutch Mantell. I doubt if that kid will be able to get back into the ring. That's it. Man's out of it.
Mantell back in the ring. Jeff Jarrett down on the floor out here. All right.
Help him in, Robert. Help him in.
Help him in with a right fist. Jeff knocks it down.
Now you call that fair?
Sure, I call it fair. Fuller got no business interfering here. Jeff off the top rope. Presses Mantell down. Two. He got it. We got a brand new champion. Jeff Jarrett, the brand new champion. He got it.
He didn't win that belt.
Jeff takes the belt.
He didn't win that belt.
You are a stud. What I'm holding in my hand right here happens to be a check, baby. Take a close look at it.
$20,000.
It's $20,000. It comes straight out of my bank account. You notice that top line right there has not been signed. There's not a man's name on it. But the man's name that goes right in there is the man that's going to finish that Punk Jeff Jarrett from wrestling in my beloved profession.
Nice. I didn't even miss anything. I just missed the recap. Sweet.
Wins the CWA championship.
Hell yeah. One thing missing from last week was Dundee giving a promo. All right, I want the brother count to go. Chase Wolf, welcome in here.
He won it, and with Fuller putting that bounty up, I think that speaks volumes about Robert Fuller and the Stud Stable, and it's not good what it says anyway.
Robert Fuller is a man of means.
We'll have more to say about it as we go along. We'll be back with more of championship wrestling action in a moment. Got the Stud Stable out here. Robert Fuller, what is all of this that you have?
I'll tell you what this is right here. I need to get my man over here. I want a commentator that's going to give me a straight shot in this thing, not you, Dave Brown. We got an organization going here, baby, that is going to be big news. But we got another big news for you, and that's Jeff Jarrett is going to go down. Now, we started this thing when he split my head open with this belt sitting out here, and then we went on down to the building to settle it in the tag event, where right now I have my beloved title back. But as you see, I don't have
my
it
beloved.
Back, and it's because
I need my beloved.
What's going to happen? Lay the money down right here. I want everybody to see exactly what's going on. That right there, get a close-up on it for you idiots out there that ain't never seen.
$20K and 89. How much is that today?
$100 bill right here stacked up in a row, Daddy. That's $20,000, and that's going to go to the happy and the lucky individual that's willing to get out there and get something done for it. And I'm talking about putting
is $51,000 today. So nice chunk of change.
When you go to the match, you will get this free poster, compliments of the Stud Stable, a picture of Jeff Jarrett with 20,000. Every idiot's got one before we're done. Right here, baby, is the proof that there is a reward on that punk's head and that it is going to be It's going to be
Anyone in this crowd, if you want to, go ahead and jump them in the parking lot, get paid.
Specifically in here today to take care of Jeff Jarrett, and he's going to collect him $20,000.
Who they got?
Right here, if he takes Jeff Jarrett, breaks his arm, breaks his low-life, egg-sucking neck, because it's going to be right here today on TV. People won't have to pay one dime to see it because it's going to be right here on TV today. My good friend Brody Chase.
Well, and now one more thing before we close out. The man that went into that tournament with me, a man that's also up to collect this $20,000. I want to bring the newest inductee, my Afro-American champion, baby, my new stud from Arkansas. Let's get him out here, Action Jackson. Bring it out, Teddy.
Action Jackson.
Make no smiles out of Jackson, because Jackson ain't too hot. How's it going on, baby? Jackson ain't too happy right now, and the reason why is Jeff Jarrett. Don't say that name around.
Hey,
that's all right, baby.
Simi,
That's
welcome
all
in
right.
here.
I ain't gonna be saying the name till it's time to collect the money, and that's what we're gonna be doing before this program's over today.
Well, we'll see about that. The $20,000.
I'm digging Action Jackson,
that
though.
Robert Fuller there has in cash. Tell you what, Action Jackson, Robert Fuller were team trying to take the belts from the team that has the belts. Talking about the Mason-Dixon connection. Take a look at Tracy Smothers and John Paul.
Uh-oh. Gonna have to get through this a little bit here. Oh, they were gonna show him killing this jobber. That's what I showed earlier. I'm gonna have to get through this though, just because of the copyrighted music they're playing. I think that will actually get the stream possibly taken down. Keep on moving here. Let's get a promo going.
On their way to the ring right now, the CWA Tag Champions Mason-Dixon connection.
I mean, John Paul's stiff and a little reckless, but they're a pretty fun tag team to watch. And of course, I love Tracy Smothers.
3 tough matches, but the Mason-Dixon connection pulled through. We want to thank all the fans out there that supported us and the guys that we beat in the finals. Action Jackson, head of the stud stable. Robert Fuller, you say you want a rematch. You say you want some of us. No problem. We want some of you guys. And Miss Sylvia, you stick your nose in. We're going to jump down there and lay something on you Southern style.
All right.
I don't know what that means. Dude, these interviews and these shots back before they go through the curtain, I love that. That's really cool.
My ignorant partner isn't out here. It looks like I'll have to do this myself.
Delta Force. Haven't seen these guys yet.
Battle. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit. Weighing a total of 480 pounds, the Delta Force. Sergeant Brock and Colonel Claiborne. Going against the Mason-Dixon connection.
Let's see how freaking brutal John Paul is here.
1 fall, 10-minute time limit.
Hey, what have you done while I was gone now?
Listen, you are my assistant, and you don't need to be leaving this table and leaving me with work to do.
Hey,
you understand?
I had work to do myself. Wanted to talk to the new CWA Tag Champion.
A fluke.
In there right now, Tracy Smothers, Delta Force.
They'll certainly get their lunch here.
Hey, welcome in here, Brooklyn. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Not off to a very good start here. That's Colonel Claymore, who was starting for the Delta Force, and he's out now saying what has gone wrong. In the corner with him is Sergeant Brock. Sergeant Brock and Colonel Claymore, the Delta Force out of Fort Bragg.
A very awesome team, Dave Brown. Very awesome.
That remains to be seen here. Hey, look at Tracy Smothers. Colonel Claymore popped him with a right fist, and Tracy just hit him back, knocked him right down off his
Notice
feet.
the fist?
I did.
Never the open hand.
Notice the fist that...
Let's see what I can find out about Delta Force here.
Used his open hand.
John Paul coming in after the tag.
Double team.
Let him go by. No, Tracy never touched him. He let him go by, and he stepped out. John Paul with kind of an uppercut there as he popped him.
That's an uppercut. That's a fist. That's a blatant fist.
Look at Claymore, though. He raked him across the eyes. Over to the corner, made the tag, and this is Sergeant Brock. Sergeant Brock with a rude greeting from John Paul. And the CWA Tag Champions are looking mighty, mighty good here.
Evidently, you haven't seen very few tag teams that they don't look good at all.
Minute 30 seconds. They're controlling the match.
If you go to the cage match, you know, you can click on anybody's name and then go and get some details on them. Delta Force, you cannot. They just got them written in here. Delta Force 1 and Delta Force 2. No clue who these are. If anybody comes through here later, drop it in the comments if you know who the Delta Force dudes are.
Match against the Delta Force.
John Morrison here. He's like an encyclopedia of this old Memphis stuff.
As John Paul had set him up and was sending him flying in that direction. Tracy now with the arm bar. He rolls his shoulders down.
Well, I'm very impressed with this Delta Force, Dave Brown.
How could you be from what you've seen so far? My goodness. Tracy Smothers and John Paul have totally dominated the Delta Force.
Double teaming, that's the word, double teaming.
Delta Force, a sizable team. Tracy fired into the turnbuckle, sets himself, planted a boot to the midsection.
Notice John Paul with the illegal knee.
Oh, shit. Here we go. I like that double back elbow. Just interested to see how stiff Paul will be here. If he drops him on his head just immediately. Okay. Drop him on his ass, rather.
Tag made on Tracy Smothers.
I told you a while back, John Paul and Tracy Smothers look good, but they can't wrestle.
Oh! They got some height on that one with the double back body drop. They do look like they're off the street, Timmy.
Move. What was illegal about that? Nothing.
They really have a Corporal Robinson vibe chase with it, honest to God.
On the top rope. Notice this. Now you call
Corporal Robinson see these guys and was like, this is mine now. This vibe.
I don't see any double team at all.
Oh, okay. Sloppy elbow looking.
Nothing wrong with that. Cover count is 2.
He got it, though. Tag champs pick up the victory.
Well, they lucked up.
A tremendous display of talent here. And I think you can see why they won the tournament and are now the CWA Tag Champions. Tracy Smothers and John Paul, the Mason-Dixon connection, taking the measure here of the Delta Force, Sergeant Brock and Colonel Claymore. The time on it was 3 minutes, 25 seconds. We got a lot more.
Did I say Sergeant Claymore? Sergeant Brock, something Claymore? Yeah, Pondo started in '89. I don't know if he ever worked for Memphis, but maybe.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Webb.
Yeah, Pondo did start in '89.
We want to remind you that on Thursday, April 6th, we're going to be in Henryville, Indiana, at the Henryville High School. Save $1 on advance tickets, sponsored by the yearbook staff, and save $1 on advance. Don't forget that Thursday, April 13th in Lanesville, Indiana, at the high school, sponsored by the Adult Athletic Booster Club. Save $1 on advance tickets. Evansville, Indiana, Wednesday, March 29th at the Evansville Coliseum. Supercard of action, a big grudge match. Jerry the King Lawler versus a Master Payne. We'll have a CWA title match. 2 out of 3 falls, Dutch Mantell and Jeff Jarrett. Then a CWA tag title match, Robert Fuller, Action Jackson, and the Mason-Dixon connection.
Yeah, Roger, first off, I just want to thank the fans for all the support they gave John and myself. It's hard enough to wrestle 1 match, but when you got to wrestle 3, that makes it pretty tough. Well, Robert Fuller and Action Jackson, they want a return match for these tag titles. Well, that's fine, because John and myself, we're not going to be closet champions. We'll be waiting for you right there in Evansville, guys. We came out here last week, and we said we were going to win the titles. And by the good grace of God, and
by God, we did it.
I can't say enough about, we were fortunate enough to come out on top. But we'll be waiting.
Yeah, look at John Paul's cage match. It looks like he worked into the mid-'90s, jobbing for WWF.
Including the CWA Tag Team titles with Jimmy Golden. He's got a new partner, Action Jackson, who weighs 300 pounds plus, from New York City. But let me tell you something, me and Tracy are prepared. We're going to come out just as prepared, if not more prepared than you guys. We got one other thing on our side that you don't, and that's the fans.
Thank you, guys. Don't forget, Evansville, Indiana, Evansville Coliseum, Wednesday, March 29th, a terrific night there in Evansville, Indiana. You're going to see P.Y. Chuhai and a lot of great talent in Evansville, Indiana.
A couple of new faces in the ring right now. Randy Greenway in the white tights, and Mike Hart in the red. Couple of guys, one out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Randy is out of Fort Lauderdale, and Mike Hart is out of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Myrtle Beach.
At about 480.
I've been to Myrtle Beach in quite a while.
Boy, here comes the tag team right here.
Here comes the tag team right
See,
here.
okay, the new team of Action Jackson.
I am very impressed
Robert
with
Fuller.
Action Jackson and the stud Robert Fuller.
Since Jimmy Golden and him have split up. Where's Jimmy Golden, though?
Got Sylvia in the corner with him with that kendo stick in her hand. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Sylvia is the Bo Derek of professional wrestling.
Dutch Mantell out here, too. Don't like the looks of that.
Oh, my pleasure, Dutch.
We're fresh out.
Every manager just has a kendo stick as they walk through the curtain. Here's the kendo stick to hit somebody with.
Jackson and Mr. Gossett, if my memory serves me correctly, did I not hear that Tracy Smothers say that if Miss Sylvia comes to the ring during the next match with Action Jackson, he was going to come out and take care of her Southern style?
You certainly did. You certainly did.
I heard it correctly. Well, I want to say one thing. The next time Robert Fuller and Action Jackson against the Mason-Dixon Connection, I'm going to be outside the ring. We will not allow the First Lady of professional wrestling to be treated
That's
in
awesome,
such a
Chase Wolf.
barbaric Southern
Yeah, I
manner.
think I've seen one of the AWA ones, of something like
Hands on
that.
her, anything. But right now we see, and you can help me out with this, Mr. Gossett, Action Jackson, 300 pounds, a man from New York City. And who are these guys they're wrestling?
I never heard of them. I don't know what.
Hart and Greenway is what it says here. But what I'm really interested in today, is the bounty match. My good friend Brody Chase has agreed to come in and take care of Jeff Jarrett. And I would take care
Brody
of him.
Chase, who's
take care of
that?
him himself, except we want to sit back and watch our friend take care of Jeff Jarrett. And we don't mind paying the $20,000. And I got it right here in my hand. If the camera wants to shoot in here on this and get a good look at this $20,000 I got rolled up in my hand right here, they can do it because we're willing to pay it. And Brody Chase is going to collect it today right here on television. Woo-hoo! Yeah!
You're holding here in your hand.
Yeah. I'm unfamiliar with Brody Chase, but they've been all over the place, it looks like.
You will after today. The man from Paradise City, I call him. He's my acquisition, like the master of pain. It's my animal, my machine, my creation, the man that Jerry Lawler is running from. And I know friends all across the country, and they're all willing. All I got to do is pick up the phone, me or the stud, and we can get anything done that we want to do because we got the cash to pay out, and we got the friendship to back it up. This Action Jackson is an animal.
There, I think you can
Stack of cash, son.
$20,000 that I'm talking about.
Now, Dave Brown, don't you reach for this money because I know.
You know what? I bet Lawler's not on these episodes because it's coming off of the. I think he went to New Japan right in this time period and did like a week stint or something. Even got an IWGP title match against Fujinami.
You'd like to lay your hands on $20,000. I got my meat paws on this real tight because he's liable to reach
If
over
Dundee
and
went with
snatch
him.
it out of my hand.
That's why Dundee didn't appear last week because they love to be on TV.
Look at there. Did he lay him out? That boy, those boys never got their ball rolling right there.
Hey,
no.
Why didn't he just go ahead and pin him?
He kicked out. He kicked out, and he needs to be punished to think he can take on the stable. He needs to be punished like the dog that he is.
There's the 3 count.
Oh, yeah. Merciful. We take no prisoners.
Well, there were no prisoners taken there.
New stud stable. Action Jackson, Dutch Mantell, Rob Fuller.
The team of Mike Hart and Randy Greenway having a very tough day here against Action Jackson and Robert Fuller. Jackson
Robert Fuller, Colonel Rob Parker.
And, boy, that was really pretty well is what wrapped it up there. Yeah, you see it right there. And that was just about it for the team of Greenway and Hart. Action Jackson and Robert Fuller, the stud stable, getting themselves a victory in 2 minutes, 41 seconds of time, with all the commentary at the time over here by Dutch Mantell. And you, what do you have here?
I have received this card from some moron out there that has wrote, "Get rid of Ronnie P. Gossett IV. He's an ugly, fat creep who has no..." who adds no touch of class to your wrestling show. He insults our
Look at Dave Brown.
Well, that's not hard to do.
He's loving it.
Intelligence because they don't have any. This has to be a friend of yours that wrote it.
Comes Bastion Booger.
Signed a loyal fan. Thank you very much.
Wonder if Steiner's already gone.
Jed Grundy, you see here, just climbed up in the ring.
Look at that blob.
Jed Grundy going against.
Yeah, we're
Mike
going to get just a
Somani.
Grundy match.
If I look like that, I'd hide.
This is before he went in to become Norman the Lunatic in WCW.
Total disgrace.
Mike Somani is out of Spartanburg, South Carolina, weighs in at 228. Jed Grundy, you've met him before. He's out of Salt Gum, Kentucky, and weighs 423 pounds.
500 pounds, every bit of it.
Weight 500, 423. There's Jed right there. Somani round behind him. Jed Grundy.
He is a descendant of Haystack Calhoun. You remember Haystack, who was senile.
I remember Haystack, all right. I don't know about the senile part. Jed Grundy.
You call this a wrestler?
Yeah, I've seen him in action here several times. By
He
golly,
might
he's
be
given
great at a buffet.
Oh, look at this. Forget it, Mike. You're not going to be able to get him off his feet, I don't think. However, Jed Grundy can body slam you fairly easily.
Well, he should be able
200-pound weight advantage.
500 pounds.
423 the weight.
He went to weigh on a pair of scales last week, and the ticket came back. Come back alone. He's a disgrace to the wrestling business. I can't believe you'd have some slob like that on there, Dave Brown.
I tell you what, Mr. Grundy has won some matches here and in arenas too. And the fans like him. He's good. Watch this.
Yeah, the fans like him because he's one of them. He's a complete idiot, just like they are.
Come on, Gossett. Hey, the power slam.
You better reinforce that ring.
Two. This one's over. Jed Grundy in a minute 33 seconds, and here's Robert Fuller out here. What is...
Oh my God, is Fuller going to try to recruit Grundy to take out Jarrett?
Or what?
Civic.
All right, Jed, be careful around this guy now, Jed. Good idea.
He picks up a chair, Dave Brown's like, good idea.
Hey, ain't nobody out here to fight you. Come over here. I got a deal for you, son. Look here.
From the mountain man to the mountain man, all right?
That's it.
Is your word any good?
Yeah. My word's good.
Come on, Jed.
See that right there, Jed? That's $200 bills, Daddy. I want you to think about that. Know what you gonna do? I don't want you to hold it. You might get an opportunity.
I don't want you to hold it.
I want you to do me a little favor. Don't worry. You like that? That's a diamond ring there. Take a look at that.
I see it. Yeah,
you like
diamond
that?
ring.
Let me see your finger there, boy. See if that fits. Hey, that fits your finger.
Let me see your finger there, boy.
Looks good on your finger.
Don't that look good
Sure
on
does.
you?
Looks good on his
Dude, I think Colonel Rob Parker is one of the greatest characters ever in wrestling. Like when WWE brought him in as Tennessee Lee to manage Jarrett, God, they should have let him come in as Parker. I know it's essentially the same, but Colonel Rob Parker was established by years.
Sit down here. And when Jeff Jarrett comes out here, I want you to peel his head right off top of his shoulders, and I want you to hand it to me on a nice silver platter. Then I'm going to give you this money right here, Jeff, and I'm going to let you keep that ring. And I bet you anything, you don't know what the boy's been saying about you.
Right.
Tell him, Ronnie, some things he's been
They
saying
make fun
about
of you. They make fun of you all the
Let me ask
time.
you something. How many times he asked you to ride down the road?
Come on,
He
guys.
don't want to be
How many
seen with
times
you.
has he asked Jed Grundy
Jed.
to come over to his house for dinner? How many times, huh? If you was working for me, you'd ride in my Continental every day with me.
You certainly
and you'd
would.
be sitting at my table.
Listen.
when it was time to eat.
Listen, we're going to take a break. Jed, take this over
Just have a
seriously.
seat
Let
there.
me tell you. We'll take a break. We'll be back in just a minute.
Just sit right there.
You just sit right here and make that decision.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roger.
Put a lot of work in to get old Bastion Booger here to help him out.
Thursday, April 6th at the Henryville High School. Save $1 on advanced sales, sponsored by the Yearbook staff. Thursday, April 13th, we're going to be in Lanesville, Indiana, at the high school. Sponsored by the Adult Athletic Booster Club. Save $1 on advance tickets. Evansville, Indiana at the Evansville Coliseum Wednesday, March 29th. Championship Wrestling in a big grudge match. Jerry Lawler versus Master of Pain. We'll have a CWA title between Jeff Jarrett, Dutch Mantell. It'll be the best 2 out of 3 falls. A CWA tag title match featuring Robert Fuller, Action Jackson against the Mason-Dixon Connection. We'll see P.Y. Chu High and Frankie Lancaster. Jed Grundy versus Shogun. Don't miss any of the exciting action coming your way in Evansville, Indiana, Wednesday, March 29th in Evansville Coliseum. We hope to see you right there in Evansville.
Virginia's Hal Hooper. Hal weighs in at 205 pounds. Boy, I don't envy his task today, because here comes the Master of Pain, led by the Dirty Dutchman. The Master of Pain.
Okay, let's see what kind of jobber match we get here. Hal Hooper against The Undertaker, the Master of Pain. I've been getting a kick and having fun watching these matches with him.
Specimen, I must say that.
He changes his gear about every week.
My animal, my creation.
Now he's just in jeans.
Animal is probably a good word, Dutch.
Absolutely, 325 pounds.
So he's with Dutch, but he's not in the stud stable.
And hey, help me with my memory. Did I or did I not pull him off Lawler about a month ago? I pulled him off of him. And what happened?
It's what you did.
Absolutely, I saved his life, because the reason I did is because I didn't want the Master of Pain to go back to prison and serve hard
That was
time.
quick.
But he could do it standing on his head, because that man is the greatest, toughest man I've ever seen in my life. Master of Pain, come here.
He has just
Come here,
defeated
Master.
Hal Hooper.
Come here, Master.
No, it's not a record, but he's just defeated Hal Hooper in 38 seconds.
I got some words to say today. Master of Pain, I want you to go back. I just want you to take a shower, because I got a few things to say about our good friend Jerry Lawler. Go on, take a shower.
Get in the shower, boss.
He ain't gonna come out here anyway, so it don't matter. No, he ain't coming. Go on back. Go take a shower. I want to say one thing right now. Right here in this ring, not more than a month ago, I pulled the Master of Pain off Jerry Lawler. Like I said before, to keep it, shut up out here while I'm talking, to keep him from going back to prison. Hey, will this microphone reach in the ring? Wait just a minute. Right here, let's reenact this whole deal. Right here in this corner, I pulled the Master of Pain back off Jerry Lawler. And regardless of what Lawler says, yes, he did go to Japan to avoid the Master of Pain, because when I brought the Master of Pain here, I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear nothing about Lawler going to Japan, but after the Master of Pain showed up right here, Lawler, all of a sudden, he had a Japan trip. Now, that leads me to believe that he avoiding the Master of Pain. And I believe when he was in Japan, he didn't even put that belt on the line one time. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Gossett. You have some words to say about Jerry Lawler?
Jerry Lawler is the sorriest. I can't say what I want to say, Dutch, but I'll tell you this. My sources tell me that not one time did he put that belt on the line in Japan. Not one time did he put that belt on the line.
Okay, they're talking about after Japan, so it must be coming back from Japan now.
Flaunt around, he didn't defend the belt. These morons don't believe us, but we're telling it like it is.
Jerry Lawler, he avoids everything.
They wrestled for New Japan like for 4 days or something, 4 or 5 days, according to a cage match.
Wear a belt
right here.
Around his waist and call himself.
Be interesting to find that Fujinami match if it's out
He didn't
there.
put the belt up. He didn't wrestle Antonio Inoki. He didn't wrestle Jumbo Tsuruta. He didn't wrestle Tiger Mask. He went over there and drank Coca-Colas and ate McDonald's all week long and hid that belt in his motel room. That's exactly what he did.
It is on Daily Motion. Interesting.
Here comes the king right here.
Here he is now. Look at him. Hey,
Okay, this is after he gets back from Japan. Like, I couldn't actually show this. New Japan is the strictest for copyright stuff. Like, they're the only organization that's ever actually given me a legit copyright strike. Everybody else, WWE, even they just give you a warning. They give you time to take it down. New Japan gave me a legit, real strike. I will watch that match though. Maybe just a Twitch one, because yeah, it's a YouTube thing really with those.
Challenge him up. Get up here.
He's big as hell.
Hey, no problem. No problem. I want to ask you one question. Remember this in the ring here where I pulled the Master of Pain off you? Come on, get in here. Come on. I'm begging you to get in here. Get in. Yeah. Come on, Big Mouth. Come on, Hot Shot. Come on, big old King-O. Get in here.
Big old King-O.
Come here. I want to ask you one question. Right here. No, I'm not bringing him back to you. You can walk over to me.
You better get your fat rear end back over there at that desk where it belongs, brother.
Oh, he ain't going to do nothing. Let me ask you one question. Look right deep into my eyes, and I'm going to look right deep in them steel blue, cold, psychotic eyes you got. Are you not avoiding the Master of Pain? Now, you went to Japan. Did you go to avoid him, or did you go just to walk around Tokyo and go to Hiroshima, wherever you were, Osaka? What did you do?
In other words, that's what you're trying to tell the people, that I didn't even wrestle in Japan?
No, you probably wrestled in Japan, but I don't think you put the belt up because you would have lost it over there.
No, I put the belt up. As a matter of fact, 4 different times. Yeah, quit this. I thought it was about an 8.6.
Wait a minute. Tell him what you think.
I think he's a liar. I don't think you ever put that belt up. He's avoiding the Master of Pain. He's avoided everybody over here. When the going gets tough, he goes to Japan. He don't put that belt up. He never has.
Look at him. He's getting mad. He's bowing up.
Let him get
He's
mad.
bowing up.
Let him get mad. You know what I'd like to do?
Bowing up. Don't you bow up on me now, boy. You hear me?
Are you afraid of him?
Huh? Who you bowing up on now, boy?
Get out. This is our... All right.
Bitch slap to Gossett.
Master of Pain grabs Lawler from behind.
So we're going to get a... We probably won't get it on TV, but Taker and Lawler. Master of Pain.
And Bronny Pete Gossett egging him on over there. Master of Pain beating up Lawler.
And after this, we're going into April. Cooking our way through 1989 here.
Master of Pain with a choke. Dutch Mantel.
Don't you bow up on me now, boy.
Help finally. And there they go. Dutch Mantel, Master of Pain.
Yeah, Lancaster, full-fledged face now. Hanging out with the faces. Made the transition over. Took a couple weeks. They did it slowly, which is probably the correct way to do it.
Jerry Lawler, you get used to it. Because when I get in the ring with you again, I'm going to lay you out just like that.
Come on, get out.
Little Taker promo. Shit.
And you too, my goodness.
Who thinks he's tough hitting a commentator?
Yeah, commentator. Well, I tell you, helping the king out of here.
He got exactly
Walking on
what he
his own
deserved.
power. There he goes. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment.
Again, every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, folks. YouTube and Twitch. Wrestle Plunge, CWA Memphis. Going through the entire year of '89.
Right here.
Say goodbye to Jeff Jarrett. Goodbye, Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, shit. Get in the ring. Get in the ring, Jarrett.
$1,000, Davy Brown.
So this is Brody Chase.
Don't relish the thought either. Referee Jerry Calhoun.
When I looked up Brody Chase just there for a second, it looks like he started in '82, and he might even still work.
Brody Chase out of Paradise City.
Might have been older, though.
255 pounds.
Now we got Jed Grundy out here wearing a diamond ring. And that's Bastion Booger, future Bastion Booger. In about a year, he'll be Norman the Lunatic taking WCW.
That's all I can say to you.
At this rate, Jeff Jarrett won't last 1 minute in there.
Jeff Jarrett going against Brody Chase. As I said, I don't know a lot about Brody Chase, but Dutch Mansell said he's his personal pick to come in here. Tells me he's got to be pretty tough. Jarrett,
I can tell you
back up on
one
his
thing,
feet.
and I'll say it again. Lawler will regret ever putting a hand on me. Nobody has ever hit Ronnie Gossett. Nobody, not even my mother.
Well, you can't
Let alone a washed-up has-been like Jerry
Insane
Lawler.
mullet on Chase here.
Because Lawler put you down on that.
Well,
My
pretty
God.
good.
You'll see what I have in store for Lawler.
Into the ropes goes Brody Chase. He ducks under. Jeff Jarrett sets, but he's hit with a
Brody Chase.
You can stick the fork in Jeff Jarrett. He's done.
Power move by Brody Chase. He goes for the cut. He goes for the choke.
That's not a choke. That's not a choke.
He had his hand wrapped around his throat. I don't know what else you would call it. Jeff ducks under. Again, he ducks under. This time he sets.
A blatant fist. That's
right hand. He lets him have it. Drop kick. Back into the ropes goes Chase. Drops to the mat. Rolls out of the ring. And there is Jed Grundy sitting here at ringside. You see him looking at that ring, watching what's happening. Jeff
give the guy
flipped.
a chance to get back in the ring. That
He
shows you what a
helped him back
sportsman
in.
Jeff Jarrett
Jeff
is.
flipped him back in over the top rope.
You notice that fist, Dave Brown? You never
Yeah.
say anything about that fist.
He used a fist, and you got to remember
He certainly did.
that he's got $20,000 for a price on his head. I don't
It's like
blame him.
I say,
don't
a
think.
man will do a lot for $20,000.
Brody Chase back up on his feet. Jeff on the turnbuckle. Chase hammers him across the back. We're a little more than 2 minutes into this match. Reverse neck breaker.
Swing a neck breaker by Chase. He's got a sweet little stash there to go with that mullet.
The better his chances are to win because he's in much better condition than wimpy Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett, of course, one of the finest athletes in professional
That's your
wrestling.
opinion, Dave Brown, and I'm not thinking too highly of your opinion.
Here's Chase. Drops down out of the corner. That was a fist.
That was not a fist.
Why aren't you saying anything about the fist?
Forearm smash.
There's Jed Grundy again, sitting in the corner, watching the goings-on. Every now and then looking down at that ring.
That ring looks good on Grundy.
Small package by Jeff Jarrett. He can't
He
hold
had
him
the
though for the
tights.
3
He
count.
held the man's tights.
He got him for the count of 2, but couldn't make it stick for a 3
You
count.
had a
Brody
decent referee that wasn't out of position every time, you'd have a match. Jeff would have already been out of this match.
Brody
Just thinking about how much these dudes are getting paid, especially Chase coming in. Doesn't seem like a regular guy, and they're in the Memphis territory, where I know he's not, especially at this point. Paid $25, if that. Probably $25 for this match.
Battling for $20,000. A bounty match here.
$20,000 kayfabe.
Dave Brown.
25 if you're lucky for real.
Jeff with a body slam. To the rope. Drops down with the upper arm. Now Jeff with a cover 1.
Brother, I could do a weekly guarantee of $50. That's high as I could do.
Brody Chase. Walked over the back. Nice backdrop by Jeff Jarrett.
Look at Jeff. He's got to get the approval of the little idiots on the front row.
Jeff giving away about 50 pounds to this Brody Chase. Chase brought in. Whoa, Jeff misses a drop kick.
That's it. Get the money out.
Could be a costly mistake.
Very costly.
As Jeff was stretched out, missed the drop kick as Chase held onto the
I'm
rope.
very impressed with Brody Chase. Very impressed.
Chase with the upper arm.
Vicious chop.
Oh,
That
Jeff
move
Jarrett.
is illegal.
That move is not illegal. Jeff Jarrett up on the middle rope
DDT's illegal.
after he DDT'd him, and now Jeff comes
Damn, beautiful missile drop kick off the middle rope, though.
1, 2.
That pinfall is exactly how Nick Patrick would have counted it. Like, exactly.
Grundy coming up. He's been sitting over there thinking about the 20,000.
Finally.
Thinking about the diamond ring.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Look at what we got.
He's up there. It looks like
We ain't even on food, brother.
I'm sorry to say it, but Grundy is up there.
That's right.
Hey, you didn't
Look at that. Look at that.
No, you didn't
Oh, you can't turn Grundy heel.
He's stupid. Look at that idiot.
You didn't convince him at all. Jeff
He just asked Grundy to marry him by putting the ring on his finger.
says, keep the ring, Jed.
The storyline's getting crazy.
There they go. Jeff and Jed Grundy heading out of here. Fuller is over. Boy, Fuller is livid. Fuller wants the ring back. I tell you what he wants.
What a moron. What a moron Jed Grundy is.
Now here Mantell and Action Jackson out. Yeah, you want your ring back. I know.
He is in
they're
that
going
ring.
after Brody Chase.
They
Brody
should.
Chase cost him the ring,
He
and now they're
should.
going to
He
take
can't
it out
do
on
the job.
him. Oh, here comes the fat boy. Here comes Grundy back.
Beating Jackson before he gets through the rope.
Grundy's that kind of guy. He doesn't like to see anybody getting taken unfair advantage of.
Lay it on him, Doug.
Look at this. Grundy puts both Mantell and Robert Fuller down, but Action Jackson grabs him. Now
He's
it's
getting
3
exactly
against 1.
what he deserves, Dave Brown. Exactly.
3 against 1 as they hold up.
Oh, no, that just
Grundy.
makes it even. He weighs 500 pounds.
And now Fuller comes at him with a right fist and an open-handed slap, and they're pounding him, all 3 of them. Here comes Jeff back here to help him out
Jeff
a bit.
Jarrett again.
Jeff goes after the stud stable to help out Jed Grundy. Boy, we got them all in there, 5 of them.
You'll need a crane to get him up now.
Grundy thrown out of the ring, and now it's 3 against 1 on Jeff Jarrett. Double clothesline.
Well, Jeff will get what he deserves, Dave.
Is everybody got to split the 20K if they all just beat the shit out of him?
Action Jackson choking Jeff Jarrett as he and Mantell looks like they're going after that $20,000 bounty that Fuller has put up.
$20,000 is a lot of money.
They've got Jarrett triple teamed. Oh no,
They
got
need to break that leg.
Braced up on the rope. Fuller sits down on it.
Hell's Lawler at down?
Jed Grundy to keep him out of the action.
That won't be hard to do.
Here comes the Mason
Here
Dixon.
comes the Mason Dixon. Those guys.
They've got Jeff. They've grabbed
Got Tracy Smothers and John Paul making the save.
Every match, Dave Brown.
Hey,
every match.
No match going on. The match was over long ago. And
Y'all had Jarrett in there for 2 or 3 minutes and couldn't finish the job. How you doing?
Just pull him
I
out
thought
of
we
there.
had
Jed
policemen
Grundy
here. I didn't think we needed them to.
And there's the stud stable defeated here.
That is,
as Jeff beats.
They weren't defeated. They weren't defeated.
Jeff beats Brody Chase in the ring, and then gives the ring to Jed Grundy when he did not turn on him.
Well, you can see that Jed Grundy is a moron, a complete idiot.
Wrestling.
I like that missile dropkick though. That was solid.
Hello, everyone. I'm Roger Webb with Championship Wrestling, and coming to
Roger
Evansville,
Webb
Indiana,
returns.
this Wednesday night at the Evansville Coliseum, a great night of wrestling action. A CWA title match, the best.
Yeah, I saw that on his cage match, the UWF part. Chase.
Dutch Mantell.
Let me tell that low-life, egg-sucking dog Jeff Jarrett one thing. You got the belt, and I heard him say he's going to wear it proud, but you're not going to wear it too long because at Evansville,
CWA
it's coming back to
champion.
its rightful owner. And I know that belt is lonesome right there, but it's going to come right back to me. It's going to be a good night for me and a good night for the Master Pain, but a bad night for Jeff Jarrett and King Jerry Lawler. Jerry Lawler avoiding the Master of Pain, but it's all coming to a big head in Evansville, Indiana.
Let's see what Jerry Lawler has to say about it.
You know, the word has come down from Dutch Mantell and the Master of Pain that I went all the way to Japan to try to avoid getting into a confrontation with this big jerk. Well, let me tell you something, Mantell, and let me tell you something, Master of Pain. I don't run and I don't hide.
No brother count this week, it's looking
I went
like.
to Japan at the request of that nation to defend the World Heavyweight Championship. Just because of a similar
Gives me time to make a
I didn't want
graphic
those people over there to be able to say, well, Jerry
for the
Lawler
brother
got the World
count.
Championship, but now he doesn't want to defend it against all comers. I'll defend that belt against any and all challengers. And as far as you're concerned, Master of Pain, the sooner I take care of you, the better it's going to be. And I'm going to do it right here this week. You're the one that's going to be running when it's over.
You see, Lawler talks a good game, but I know what he's thinking right now. He's thinking that world's title is slipping away. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The clock is on you, Lawler, and the clock is on you too, Jeff Jarrett, because Evansville's going to be a real good night. I like nights like this because the time the night's over, remember, that Ohio River is right down the street in that Evansville Coliseum, and if you people go out about 10:30, you might see Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Lawler both bobbing in the river.
Jeff Jarrett and the Mason-Dixon connection out here right now. Guys, thanks for your help in there. Jeff, they had you going for a few minutes with a triple and quadruple teaming.
That's right. Them guys are thick as thieves. But Robert Fuller and your whole stinking stud stable. It looks like your bounty match, your bounty guy didn't get the job done. Now we got 2 out of 3 falls. I don't care. I don't care if it's 1 fall 60
I don't
minutes,
care.
2 out of 3, 1 fall 90 minutes. I don't care. I guarantee you one thing, man.
I don't care what you bring.
That belt, and I'm going to wear it proud. And, brother, you better show up because it's going to be one heck of a fight. And as far as I said, you know, you guys are like thick as thieves. Well, I guarantee you one thing. These guys are the Southern CWA Tag Team Champions, and I'm going to be right there in their corner, making sure you, Mantell, you don't stick your nose in where it don't belong.
Tell you what, Jeff, seen about all of the stud stable I want to see today. Do want to give them a chance to respond, so let's hear what they have to say, but let's keep them out of here, all right?
Man, I hate that Jeff Jarrett. I hate him. He might wear the belt proud, but he won't wear it long because, Jarrett, I'm coming right. Yeah, and the bounty men know he may not have got the job done, but he paid for it, and rest assured, people are going to sit up and take notice of the stud stable from now on because they've been driven down. Now they own the ride.
Stud stable's got to be one of the best
Jackson's corner because Jeff Jarrett's got a habit of sticking his
names for a pro wrestling group ever.
I'm going to come after you because I got a real big score. You won't even win 2 out of 3. You won't even win 1 fall, brother, because I'm taking you right down to the bottom. You're lower than a whale. You're lower down than what drops on the ground. You are a low-life, egg-sucking dog, Jarrett, and you're going to pay for it. Right, Rob?
You know I love it. That's what we was going to give you, baby. We're going to give you problems. This is the beginning of them. Now, you want to bring Jarrett out there in the corner on our match, too. That's going to be fine because me and Action Jackson are going to take care of this Mason-Dixon. Then we are going to tear your blonde-headed butt up, buddy. And I'm going to
John, welcome in here. Yeah, we do got a young Jeff Jarrett rocking and rolling.
Well, Fuller, you don't intimidate me one bit, brother. You show up in that ring, Mantell, and I'm going to walk out of that ring with that belt, and I guarantee
a lot of shit talking this one. The first one had more wrestling.
Mantell, you just stick your nose in.
Tonight.
Jeff, I'll make you a promise.
Second was more building some stories up here.
You watch our back, we'll watch yours. As for Mr. Fuller,
Last one was like the blow-off show right before the big show for the month. So now they're building back up.
You come out here belling like a big old whale. I'm going to tell you this, and that little blonde that's running around your side.
Okay, they've both used a whale attacking each other verbally. Let's calm her down, all right?
There.
You're a big old whale. You're lower than a whale. Oh, yeah?
I'm going to lay a kiss on you, young lady, from a real Tennessee stud, and that's the bottom.
All right.
Let's simmer down just a little bit. Let's calm her down. Let's reel her back in here, Tracy.
Right here in the ring right now. And here comes the Shadow under the mask. Tall.
The Shadow.
Pretty good size on him here. Don't know.
Got like an executioner-style mask on, it looks like.
Parts unknown. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
And thanks, everyone, for this week for coming through. I appreciate it.
But talk is cheap, Dave Brown.
Winding down this week's episode of CWA 89 Watch Along.
Frankie the Thumper Lancaster out of Tampa, Florida.
Oh, now they've just turned him full on babyface. He's slapping hands with the children. Now they've got him in a little bit of a babyface robe.
Boy, what an athlete this
is. I don't think he's going to be able to get in the ring. Does somebody need to help him?
A few weeks ago, he was with the stud stable. I slowly transitioned him into now a full-fledged, face. Mention that robe now. I know he's getting to take out a jobber.
Referee says, let's do it. The Shadow. Backed onto the ropes now. Oh, Frankie. Got him with an open hand.
That wasn't an open hand.
Certainly was. He just let him know what he was up against.
Palm of the elbow.
Lancaster picking him up. Now picking him straight.
Notice he used the tights, Dave Brown.
There's a cover by Lancaster. 1, 2. Ooh, thought he had
He's
him
not
there
going to
for a
get
minute.
him on that kind of a pin. The Shadow's much too tough for that.
Yeah,
off the rope.
Much too tough.
Nice backdrop.
I'm not even sure the Shadow's been trained properly to wrestle.
Member of the stud stable, remember?
And they got rid of the trash.
They didn't get rid of him. He finally saw the light.
Oh, God. That took a lot of power to just set him up there like that.
Got to go after the Shadow. Up on the rope.
Oh, shit. Damn, I think he just absolutely pulled him over shoot style with that suplex. I don't think he jumped through that at all.
Now we'll see how
Damn.
tough Lancaster is.
We've got a disqualification. Lancaster presses P.Y. Chuhai down to the mat. Tojo Yamamoto waving his arm, no doubt calling in the rest of the Japanese team. And Lancaster wisely says, I ain't hanging around for that. He gets out of the ring. And boy, is that discretion the better part of valor. Is that does that work in this case? It certainly does.
Better word for it.
There's
Couldn't stand the
PY
heat.
Chu High and the Japanese team in the ring. They're raising their own hands.
Phil Hickerson is on the same type of diet that I am. Outstanding. Look at him.
Yeah.
Great shape.
Okay, if I was Phil Hickerson, I would take a.
Fine figure of a man.
I would be pissed off at that comment now. I would take absolute offense to that.
Here on Championship Wrestling today, for one thing, we saw
Awesome
Mason
episodes,
Dixon
though,
connection, Tracy Smothers
as we get
and
ready
John
to
Paul,
go
the
into
new
April
CWA Tag
of
Champions.
'89
Even though
next
we were here
week.
in a non-title match today, I think you were able to see why they were so successful in being able to win those tag team belts, because they
Every
sure looked mighty
Sunday
good against the
night,
team today
6
called
p.m.
the
Eastern
Delta
Time,
Force,
right
who
here
was,
with
certainly not a pushover
with
team,
Wrestle
let me
Plunge.
tell ya. Little
Please
bit
come
later
back
on, we had
through.
Action Jackson, Robert
Make
Fuller,
sure you're
they won a handily
subscribed.
in their match.
The bell is
Jed
clicked.
Grundy. Well, Jed
Hit the
Grundy, we
thumb.
had
Helps
quite a
us out.
decision to make here today, but I think he made the right one. I know you think he made the right decision. I know Ronnie P. Gossett thinks he made the wrong one, but that should tell you something right there, huh? As Jed decided he would not turn on Jeff Jarrett, $20,000 in a diamond ring or no. He would remain true to the friend who had been his friend in Jeff Jarrett, so he didn't attack him. Jeff said, you know, I think you ought to keep the diamond ring. So Jed has still got that diamond ring of Robert Fuller. And then you finally get what you deserve here as Jerry Lawler, you insult, and Lawler finally popped you.
I didn't get what I deserved. As he looked big hitting a commentator, he'll get what he deserves. He hasn't heard the last of Ronnie Gossett.
More than a commentator, the way you were in there insulting and shoving and talking with Dutch Mantell and all of that sort of thing. And then we had Frankie Lancaster looking mighty good in his single match today. All in all, we feel like we've had a good one. We know we're going to have a good
First episode was really good.
Too. We hope you'll join us for CWA.
Yeah, again, this one was
Championship
more
Wrestling.
kind of building up some new stories, new feuds. And yeah, we're going to be going into episode next Sunday. April the 1st is where we're going next week. April the 1st and April the 8th. Everyone, thank you so much for coming through here tonight. I appreciate it. Like I said, every Sunday night right here. If I can do it. Boom, right here. Right there. It's really, yeah, boom, 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 boom. Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. CWA, going into April. We're going to continue this entire year, and then who knows what's next. But thanks, everyone, for coming through. I'm working on the next video for Wrestle Plunge, which is going to be a couple of different stories that are going to be I'm talking about the mid-'90s WCW and WWF Hall of Fames that they both had. A couple of stories that I didn't know about from these Hall of Fames. Some little feuds that were kind of brewing between different legends at this time. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. I'm hoping to have that video out by next Sunday. I'm going to keep on working on that throughout the week. Otherwise, keep your eyes on socials. Make sure you're following Wrestle Plunge on Facebook. We just now hit 16K over on Facebook followers, which is sweet. A lot of interactions are happening over there. A lot of discussions with some of the stuff that I'm posting. I'm still trying to build the X up right there, but yeah, make sure you're following on Twitter, on X, Wrestle Plunge. Getting a little bit of movement on there. It's slow. And I've also got a TikTok as well for Wrestle Plunge that I don't post on as regular as I should. And also Twitch. I'm on Twitch. But if you're here on YouTube, you probably don't need to go to Twitch. But, it's up to you to do what you want to do. Thanks to everyone that came through here tonight. I really appreciate it. Again, awesome show. And yeah, boom. Have a great rest of your Sunday and week. See you next week.